So we'll call the meeting in order. All right, good evening. The October 17th regular board meeting is being recorded. Anyone wishing to observe the meeting may do so via AVUHSD's YouTube channel. Individuals may take photographs or record meetings, provided the individual's conduct does not constitute a disruption, including obstructing the view of others. Roll call. Ms. Corona.
Present.
Mrs. McGrady.
Present.
I'm present. Mr. Sanchez.
Present.
Mrs. Nguyen. Okay, and the student board member is not here yet. All right, we'll move into closed session. What are we doing? Roll call, closed session. Okay, are there any comments from the public on closed session items?
We don't have any comments for closed session at this time.
All right, thank you. The Board of Trustees will go into closed session and reconvene the regular meeting at 7 p.m. Thank you.
wondering.
We'll go ahead and open the meeting. Yeah, I never do that. I'm just waiting for her to play though. It's a pretty big. I don't see anything.
Welcome to the annual.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Antelope Valley Union High School District Board of Trustees meeting. This board meeting is being recorded. Anyone wishing to observe the meeting may do so via AVUHSD's YouTube channel. Individuals may take photographs or record meetings provided the individual's conduct does not constitute a disruption, including obstructing the views of others. Those wishing to address items on the agenda and matters that are not on the agenda but within the jurisdiction of the AVUHSD board shall do so in person, complete a speaker form, and give it to the designee before the public comment portion of the meeting. The speaker form must be given to Ms. Orozco before the board president announces the item. Once the item has been called, we will no longer accept new cards. Ms. Orozco will call the individual's name to come up to the podium to provide their comments. Individual speakers are limited to 3 minutes each. A total time for public input on each item shall be limited to 20 minutes. Non-agendized items are limited to a total allotment of 20 minutes. Only one person is permitted to stand at the podium at a time. No speaker may relinquish a time allotment to another speaker. The district encourages members of the public to attend board meetings and to address the board concerning any item on the agenda or within the board's jurisdiction. The board does not prohibit public criticism of its policies, procedures, programs, services, acts, or omissions. Similarly, the board does not prohibit public criticism of district employees. Speakers are cautioned that no person is immune from liability for making intentionally false or defamatory comments simply because those comments are made at a public meeting. Attendees are also reminded of the board's civility policy, Policy 1313. This civility policy requires that members of the district staff will treat parents and other members of the public with respect and expect the same in return. The district is committed to maintaining disruption-free board meetings. The board will not permit any disturbance or willful interruption of its board meetings. Persistent disruption by an individual or group are grounds to terminate the privilege of addressing the board. Persistent disruption by an individual shall be grounds for the board president to terminate the individual's privilege to address the board. The district promotes mutual respect, civility, and orderly conduct among district board members, district employees, parents, and the public. The district seeks public cooperation with this endeavor. Welcome to the Antelope Valley.
All right, before we get started, I'd like to announce that we are moving the November 14th board meeting to November 21st. I will move on to B, presentation of colors, Little Rock High School, AJROTC. C, Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Sanchez, will you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Everybody, please stand. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much.
Good job. All right, we'll move into the Pinko meeting. Public comments from the floor for Pinko items. Are there any comments from the public on Pinko items?
We don't have any comments for Pinko.
Okay, we'll move to B, purchase order schedule, Pinko. It is recommended the Board of Trustees approve and authorize the purchase outlined on the attached schedule. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed say nay. Seeing none, so move. Okay. Go ahead and reconvene the meeting, regular meeting. 6, recognition, reports, public comments. ICC student representatives, SOAR High School, Palmdale Campus, and Quartz Hill High School. I'll push that to you, Mr. Needham.
Absolutely. So we're happy to welcome SOAR High School, Palmdale Campus to present.
Good evening. Can you guys hear me? Good evening, board and cabinet. My name is Abby Green, and tonight I would like to show how me and my school community have our legacy has grown. Good evening, board and cabinet. My name is Gleanna, and I'm the class of 2026 vice president. As a great start to our new school year, our ambassadors held events every Friday during summer school to welcome our freshmen and introduce them to our school and help them become familiar with our campus. One of these events would be the Summer Mixer, where ambassadors met their mentees, freshmen met the upperclassmen, and overall a day for students to enjoy themselves by drinking water and eating fruits and overall playing games with each other. Another welcoming event for our incoming families at SOAR was our barbecue back to school night. To begin the evening, Music Club provided music, and our API Club provided a performance of a dance called Tinikling as entertainment for our guests. From there, our parents met our amazing staff and teachers, while students went in the back, met the clubs, and joined them, while also finishing their night by participating in the activities provided by them.
Good evening, my name is Andrea Lopez, and I'm the class of 2027 publicist. This year, the clubs on campus have been thriving and are extremely active. Here we have the Social Emotional Impactful Association, or SEIA, collecting school supplies to donate to local elementary schools. Our robotics club hard at work preparing for the upcoming FTC competition season. Class of 2027 hosting a snack bar at homecoming, as well as selling chips after school for students. AAPI after the performance, and student ambassadors having a game of Jeopardy for freshmen. Our community has grown substantially with the incoming students, and we are pleased to see everyone enjoying their time on campus.
Good evening. My name is Joy De La Rosa, and I am ASB Secretary. So far this school year, our students have had the opportunity to go on 2 school field trips. The first trip was to CSULA and Occidental College. This allowed students to explore possible universities that they may want to attend in the future. Our second trip was to the Getty Museum, where students were able to view and learn about various works of art, such as historic furniture, paintings, sculptures, as well as the gardens.
Good evening. I'm Vanya Manjikian, Vice President of SOAR Palmdale ASB, and something we're proud of here at SOAR is our Spirit Weeks. One of them was our start of the school Spirit Week. This included Matchup Monday, Tricolor Tuesday, War Wednesday, which was Wild West versus West Coast, Team Thursday, and Favorite Shirt Friday. For our second Spirit Week, it was Homecoming Spirit Week. For Monday, we had Mood Monday, which was inspired by the movie Inside Out 2. We also had Type Tuesday, Waterboy Wednesday, which was dressing as Adam Sandler, Thriller Thursday, and Fuzzy Friday. Overall, these Spirit Weeks have been fun and engaging with activities to match each day's theme. They also help boost participation and promote positive school culture, especially since we are a brand new school.
Additionally, tonight I will be talking about our 2024 homecoming. While choosing a theme, we collaborated with our school's journalism class as we unanimously chose the school year's long theme as Hollywood. Moreover, ASB had an excellent turnout with 140 tickets sold, which is an amazing number coming from a small school such as ours. We had many people dancing and taking photos at the two photo ops that we provided.
Good evening, everyone. We are part of the class of 2027 Senate. My name is Addison Green, and I'm our class secretary.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jacob Lopez, and I'm our class parliamentarian.
And today we're going to be talking about our upcoming and current events at SOAR Palmdale.
So our latest event that we just had was Penny Wars, and it had a lot of participation between our graduating classes. And overall, Penny Wars was a successful event for our ASB. And we also raised about $130 during that Penny Wars, which is really good since we're a small school. And we also are planning on hosting our Boo Grants fundraiser, which will be held October 21st to the 25th.
We'll also be hosting many family inclusive events such as a pumpkin party as well as a Friendsgiving. Our pumpkin party will be hosted on November 1st and is a community service event. Our class students will be hosting tables with games and activities for children as well as a haunted house. And our Friendsgiving will be hosted on November 7th and is a free event where we will be having many vendors giving free food as well as a photo booth.
And another upcoming event that will be happening is a winter ball that Class of 27 will be hosting on December 13th. It will be held at AVC Lancaster and will be the second winter ball that the sophomore class is hosting. And a DJ will be provided as well as serving as canes and nothing but cakes. And we'll be charging $20 pre-sale, $22 for guests, and $25 at the door.
Additionally, our class of 2026 has been working very hard and even hosted a fall fest last Friday. That fall fest, those funds will be contributing to their prom, which is April 11th, 2025. Thank you.
Before we end off, we would like to mention that we are so incredibly honored to be recognized as a 2024 National Blue Ribbon School. It is a wonderful achievement that recognizes that we are a school of academic excellence.
Watch our legacy grow as we're first in flight. Thank you.
Outstanding. You guys good?
Oh, yeah.
All right. We're probably going to have some questions for you, so stay right there. I'll turn it over to Ms. Nguyen. Go ahead.
I'm totally impressed with all the things that you've done this year or plan to do this year. Thank you so much. For a small school, you do wonderfully big things. Thank you.
Ms. McGrady.
Thank you very much for coming to present to us. It's always nice to hear exactly what you're doing. We're so proud of you. We're so proud of what your school is achieving. So thank you so much. Keep up the good work.
So I have a question. How'd you guys like UCLA? Pretty big? Pretty cool? How about Occidental? Yeah? Really green? Like that vintage look. It had like that Ivy look too, huh? Yeah, I remember I went over there just to visit. I didn't go to school there, it's obviously, but yeah, no, not me. But yeah, no, that school is very nice. Like you could film a movie, you can't even tell you're like at school, right? That's pretty cool. Well, I'm glad you girls and guys and enjoyed the whole thing there. And congratulations on the blue ribbon, by the way. Good job. Keep up the good work.
Ms. Cromer.
Thank you all, SOAR Palmdale, for coming out this evening. Amazing things you're doing, small but mighty, as I like to say. And I have the honor and privilege of teaching SOAR Palmdale students when I'm at AVC. So this semester I have 5 in my one class. So I see your academic excellence, and thank you so much for coming and showing us what y'all can do.
Go, Professor Corona. Right. Congratulations. We're so amazed. It's a great award that you guys won. So great presentation. Thank you very much. Please, everybody, give him a round of applause. Good job. Thank you.
And now I'd like to ask Cortell High School to come up and present.
Welcome.
Good evening, members of the board. I'm Camilla Iris, and my position is junior class president at Cortell High School. First, speaking about our back to school, ASB and Link Crew arrived early at school to help incoming freshmen and new students help find their classes and create connections with them and conversations with them. We also had the cheer team and the dance team waiting outside the gates to welcome back our Royals on campus. Later that day, we also had a back to school rally with music and games, which was pretty simple, but the students seemed to love it on the first day of school. It just was kind of a chill way to come back to school. And during the first week of school, ASB also planned some lunchtime activities such as bracelet making and we made photo frames for the kids to take Polaroids with. And the Royal Seniors definitely enjoyed it because they got to capture their first day of school.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Lacey Lucas, and I'm the sports commissioner. All of our sports teams have been doing pretty well. Our cross-country team has won all of their invitationals and are now Golden League champions for the 6th year in a row. Our girls volleyball is 4-0 in the league and placed 5th place at their San Diego Invitational this past weekend. And our girls flag football team is 3rd in Golden League, and their 7 varsity girls are leading them to CSF this year. And then for our football game, our football teams have been doing very well this year, and we've had a theme at every game, including Blackout, Minions, and USA, and our upcoming ones are Pink Out and Hawaiian. Our student section has looked the best it has in years. We've been throwing t-shirts and little goodies out into the crowd, and have also been having face paint available according to the theme. Tomorrow we are having a donation table for our football game, and all the profits will go to the Breast Cancer Foundation and help people deal with breast cancer.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Andrea Aros, and I am Cortel's freshman class president. In our homecoming week this year, we had many student participation and had a great time putting it all together. We created spirit days that tied in with the theme Under the Lantern for homecoming. We were giving out crowns and fun little treats around campus throughout the week. We also had a homecoming court rally where the homecoming court participated in fun challenges to get the students excited for this year's homecoming.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Rihanna Mabarki, and I am the junior class secretary. To end off our homecoming spirit week, we decided to have a homecoming rally in our gymnasium that was decorated by ASB and Tangled themes to match our Under the Lanterns theme. This was filled with all of our fall sports teams performing, as well as our cheer team, really interacting with the students and just filling the gymnasium with a lot of cheer and a lot of joy. We played a total of 3 games. One of them was for the homecoming core only, but the other 2 were for the students specifically. There was Hungry Hippos and there was Guest Teacher. So we chose 15 random students from the crowd to come and participate with us to really just bring the school together entirely. After this was concluded, we had our first ever homecoming tailgate, which was included with our clubs. After school, we all blocked off the 300 parking lot, which was filled with ASB's tables, all for the clubs, where they sold food, water. They just raised a bunch of money for the school. And this concluded with their cars also being parked out and having their trunks down and music just playing and surrounding the school with a bunch of joy. This was then ended off with our football game, which you would make your way down to the football game after this was finished. And for our clubs, I wanted to talk about Club Rush. Club Rush is very important in our school. A lot of students love to come participate in it. It really just brings the entire school together. A lot of clubs put their tables out and we all go around and join clubs and just bring the entire school together. And that is.
Hi, I'm Jersey Cordovaro. I'm an ASB representative, and the Hoko dance was really successful. ASB worked on setup and came together to come up with the theme, which was Under the Lanterns. Some things we had were a silent and regular DJ, bunches of games, a photo booth, and free snacks and food.
Good evening. My name is Layla Guzman, and I'm ASB treasurer as well as a senior this year. We have kicked off this year's senior fun with many events like our senior tie-dye party. This included supplies for our seniors to tie-dye and make t-shirts that they would then later wear at our senior sunrise. We also did events like rallies and ASB games for all of our senior court. After all the voting was over, we had our coronation at our homecoming game that went really well. All these events were really successful, and they've been encouraging our students to stay engaged and have fun through the last year.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Brody Cover. My position is junior class treasurer at Corso High School. To finalize everything, we would like to invite all of you to our 60th anniversary football game tomorrow. Fireworks will kick off at 6:40 and actual kickoff will begin at 7. During halftime, dance team, cheer team, and band will perform during halftime. Also, before the game, we'll have a Hall of Fame dinner for them set out from all the Hall of Fame people from the past. Thank you, guys.
Good job. Guys, come on up. Sure, there's going to be some questions. Miss Wynn.
That was amazing. I was very impressed with all of your pictures and all the things that you've done this year already this year. Totally impressed. So just keep it up and you did a wonderful job. Thank you.
Mrs. McGrady.
Thank you very much for coming out. We really appreciate it. It's wonderful to see all the exciting things that you're doing. And thank you for the invitation for tomorrow night. We appreciate that as well. You guys keep up the good work. We really appreciate all the work that you're doing. Thank you.
Mr. Sanchez.
Good job with everything. So one thing that touched me is that you guys did the fundraiser for the breast cancer, and that was pretty cool. Keep getting involved with our locals here and helping out the people. Just do the right thing. Just keep doing that whole thing. Just keep on the same page. Good job on that. Thank you. Yeah.
Miss Cronin.
Thank you all so much for your very beautiful presentation. I have a question. On one of the slides, it said the club on top, and who did the club slide? You. Okay. And you said we raised a bunch of money for our school. So what are you raising money for?
We're raising money for the club specifically.
Can you speak in the
actually,
mic? Sorry. Thank you.
Sorry. We're raising money for the club specifically. Each club does make their own profit, but all of these clubs mostly go to multicultural club as well as the events that the clubs would like to put on. So any lunchtime rallies, anything, any meetings, anything like that, the club will provide the funds for themselves and like that.
Okay. Thank you. It was great. And who was the senior? Was there only one senior? What's your 2 seniors? What are your plans? What are your hopes?
Professor Corona.
For next year?
Like personally?
Yeah. I mean, what are you hoping to do after graduation?
I'm hoping to go to a 4-year and study mechanical engineering.
Very cool. And what about you?
I'm going to go to community college to start, but then I want to be an occupational therapist.
Awesome. Come visit us at ABC. Thank you. Thank you all, Courtsell.
Outstanding job. Very impressed. Good job. Let's give him a round of applause. Good job. All right. We'll move to recognition. SOAR High School. Mr. Nehan.
So this evening, I know we had SOAR Palmdale present, but we also have a number of staff, students, and a few parents from both our SOAR Lancaster and SOAR Palmdale campuses here with us tonight, and we want to recognize their exemplary efforts. SOAR has been named a National Blue Ribbon School by the U.S. Department of Education, a California Distinguished School, and a California Exemplary Dual Enrollment School by the California Department of Education. These are not just acknowledgments, but they're recognition of the highest distinction earned only through hard work and dedication. If you're here from SOAR High School in any capacity, could you please stand up? Congratulations to all of you. Would you be willing to come up and take a picture? Nice. I can live with that.
Right, congratulations. That was awesome. All right, now we're moving to C, adopt resolution 2024-25-12, classified employee of the year, Jennifer Alleman. Did I say it right? Alleman. Jennifer Alleman. Yeah. Go right there.
Yeah, you can do the resolution first.
You're right. Yeah. I'll do the resolution and then we'll do it. So stand right there, ma'am. All right. It is recommended. We were so excited. Good job. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees adopt Resolution 2024-25-12 and recognize Jennifer Alleman as classified employee of the year. Congratulations. Can I get a motion? Can I get a second?
Second.
Any discussion? I just want to say congratulations. All right. All right. Any other discussion? All right. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Seeing none, so moved. Congratulations. Now stay right there. You guys want to come down here? Photo? This lady, guys. All right, we'll move into D, adopt resolution 2024-25-13, teacher of the year, Linda.
Ada.
Okay, Ada Linda Martinez. Let that sink in. I think you're going to do well in the next competitions. All right, it is recommended that the Board of Trustees, did I say that already? No. Okay, it is recommended that the Board of Trustees adopt resolution 2024-25-13 and recognize Ada Linda Martinez as teacher of the year. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? Just congratulations. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Seeing none, so moved. Congratulations. All right, we're gonna
Couple
Miss
action items
Wynn.
and the consent's pretty big, but.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and reconvene. Excuse me, we're gonna go ahead and reconvene the meeting. It's like the first time. Yep, it is. All right. All right, we're going to move to F, Quarterly Williams Complaint Report Summary, July 1st, 2024 to September 30th, 2024. Ms. Williams.
Yes, during this time period, we did not receive any complaints in the areas of instructional materials, facilities, and teacher vacancies and misassignments.
Thank you very much for that update. Good job. And that's a party. All right. Security. No. We'll go to G, Board Officer Report, Ms. Wynn.
Okay, the Antelope Valley School Board Association had their meeting here at the high school district. It was a very interesting meeting and the LA school trustees, the last meeting they had was a voting of their officers. And so I'm not sure exactly who won. But that's it.
All right, thank you. We'll go to H, district strategic planning update, Mr. Neal.
All right, so since the last update, we've developed a listening protocol to share the plan with students, parents, and staff and hear their input. Most of the listening meetings have already been scheduled and begin before October closes out. The feedback that I've received so far has been all positive. I look forward to bringing a plan to the board in short order.
Outstanding. Good job.
Can we ask a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
ma'am.
so question about, so those are the listening sessions that's out in the community, right?
Most of them are in this room, but they're with community students and staff.
So how are we addressing access? Because I know it was really important for us to go out to these communities to have listening sessions. So I would like, Mr. President, if we can maybe direct having some out in the community and not solely here, because we have people in Little Rock.
Sure, absolutely.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So we
I
need
understand.
to have that access and equity.
And some
line.
north, south, or east, west that make it a little bit more accessible
Yes,
for our far out parents. Yes, absolutely.
And expedite, please.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate that. We'll go back to Miss Wynn for Antelope Valley School Transportation Report update. Miss Wynn.
We had a meeting this last week and pretty much the information from the meeting was pretty mundane, but we did in closed session go over an evaluation process for this. Yes.
In closed session. Are you talking about closed session?
Yeah, but I'm just gonna tell what we did, not give anything else.
She okay?
From the particular meeting that she was in attendance, I would just report out anything that was made public.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss Wynn. Sorry, I just want to make sure you're okay.
In closed session, we did an evaluation of the superintendent, but we did take those home. So there might be some changes in it. And that's pretty much it. There's a Antelope Valley transportation meeting that's coming up at the end of the September, and it's going to be a fall barbecue. That's it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for that report. We'll move to J, ABTA, Mr. Michael Millings. Welcome.
Good evening, everyone. On the agenda this evening for the board's consideration is the settlement that was reached between AVTA and the district for this school year. Our settlement with the district was voted on and approved by roughly 90% of AVTA members. I would like to thank Mrs. Ramos and her team for making this bargaining season as smooth as it was. I am here this evening to ask that the board approve our settlement with the district. Thank you for your time and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. Right. We will move to K from CSCA, Karen White. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, board cabinet, Mr. Meehan, Mr. Willis, and Mr. Roscoe. Tonight you have two MOUs on the agenda. One puts our district and CSEA in compliance with Assembly Bill 119. And the second one provides classified employees to apply for the California Summer Assistance Program. Last year was our first venture with this Summer Assistance Program, which the governor has increased the program's funding and now will provide those who applied on March the 1st, 2024, the ability to receive a matching dollar per dollar for summer 2025. This MOU continues that program, which deductions would commence then in August 2025. Again, it'll be matching dollar per dollar. It's a great plus for our members and doesn't have anything coming out of your pocketbook. CSEA congratulates our classified employees of the year, Jennifer Allman, and also our teacher, Ada Linda Martinez. We are very proud of them and all of their accomplishments. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we'll move to L, public comments from the floor on agendized items. Are there any comments from the public on agendized items?
Yes, we have two.
Right. The public is invited to address the board on any agenda item. To address an item on the agenda, speaker forms must be given to the designee before the board president announces this item. Individual speakers are limited to 3 minutes each, and a total time for public input shall be limited to 20 minutes. Only one person is permitted to stand at the podium at a time. No speakers may relinquish a time allotted to another speaker. During public comments, the board listens to concerns. The board may ask for questions for purpose of clarification. The law prohibits the board from entering into a dialogue with the public or taking action on an item not on the agenda. And first one is Miss White. Fifteen A. Donations.
So tonight, I'm asking to speak on the donations on item 15A. And I join Ms. Nguyen with thanking everyone for their donations. Such support for our students is always appreciated. But tonight I want to draw your attention to the books in this area, valued at over $3,000, that was donated by Amy Bryan to the Little Rock High School Library. And these are extremely precious books, all 160 of them, because they are all in Spanish. This donation brought a measly 5 Spanish books in our library up to 116 more. This is a new world of excitement for our students there. And where our students are checking them out 1 and 2 times per day. So in addition to that 160 books, we have, more of our Spanish speaking students embracing these new additions. We hope that the other librarians can begin to expand their Spanish sections, at their sites. And we thank Amy Bryan and our Little Rock High School librarian, Fawn Kimball, for making all of this happen. Thank you.
Thank you. Vivian, 13 each. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Sorry about that, President. Okay. I'm speaking on the agenda item, I think 13E, regarding this Daybreak Medical PC that Shannon and Williams and Matt Case or so are bringing to the table to be voted on. And I guess what I would say as a parent that's been coming, as I said, for many years of different things, if this is the program that is going to be able to assist kids that have learning disabilities or kids of all type of shortcomings in school, or anything that will help kids to get the type of intervention that they need medically wise, whether the social workers or our teachers or our nurses are able to help facilitate when kids are having crisis in this district, whether it be that they have learning disabilities, ADHD, hyperattention, inattentive, and all the other things that can go along with autism and all that, that these kids are not being treated in a way that they're not getting the treatment fast enough. I watched the video that Matt Case had on something on this program about Daybreak, and I was just kind of interested in how I noticed when Shannon Williams comes up here and does her slideshows and stuff about all the mental health stuff that's going on. And I know how sometimes teachers are inundated when they're doing IEPs, or the principals can't even make it, or they're using other people to come in to do it with the parents and stuff, wearing many hats and stuff. It seems like I hope that we have enough stuff in school, in regular school, that this Daybreak program or this Daybreak medical virtual intervention is something that's going to help on hands the kids that are in the district really that's needing the program, to make sure that parents are feeling like their kids are being addressed instead of maybe getting disciplinary actions done to them. It bothers me when I see all this stuff that they've shown on these things, when Shannon Williams has shown these sideshows of what they got going on. I just hope, like some of our new board members, that they ask a lot of questions like you all do, and I know that you want to know where our monies are going, or if these kids are being really, are they using these programs? Are they have access to these programs that are really helping them? And asking my superintendent to confirm that those things are happening. So I just hope that whatever this Daybreak is, that's over what I think $176,500 something that they're trying to do, from what I've just read or what I've just seen on YouTube that Matt Case is speaking about. And that's important for me to say that, because when there's interventions where kids have had to need assistance in this district, as I know as a parent, some things are derailed for parents to go through and get things helped about kids having issues. And it's just overlooked like I don't know what. And some kids are not being fairly treated. So I hope that it goes across the board. I don't care if you're green, yellow, black, red, got red, green blood, whatever's in your behind. All I say is, let's not put this on paper and on a side, on a screen of showing that it seems like you really are doing something. I want to make sure these kids are really getting these programs that some people are not feeling always that our students need, because we do know our teachers' hands are full with different things, and some of those that are assistants and some of the other ones that want to help, they do help. Thank you, Mr. President. And
Thank
my
you.
board.
Okay. Are there any comments from the public on non-agendized items? I'll answer that. I have them in front of me. Thank you. The public is invited to address the board on any matter not on the agenda that is within the jurisdiction of the board. To address an item not on the agenda, speaker forms must be given to the designee before the board president announces this item. Individual speakers are limited to 3 minutes each, and a total time for public input shall be limited to 20 minutes. Only one person is permitted to stand at the podium at a time. No speaker may relinquish the time allotted to another speaker. During public comments, the board listens to concerns. The board may ask questions for purpose of clarification. The law prohibits the board from entering into a dialogue with the public or taking actions on items not on the agenda. First one up is Ramondo Ortega. Mr. Ortega, welcome.
Good evening, board members. I return tonight on behalf of my fellow coworkers, the teachers, paraeducators, office staff, and campus supervisors. I am Raimundo Ortega, a special education teacher at Desert Pathways High School for the Antelope Valley Union High School District for 22 years. I was here to sound the alarm on August 22nd, 2024. In that time, we have been waiting for betterment to come our way. I know all too well that many times no actions are taken unless someone gets hurt. I'm here tonight to prevent that. Let me start by saying Desert Pathways has always been and will always be a challenging site. We're okay with that. We're not asking for simplicity or ease. We're asking for safety and security. The prolonged lack of structure, lack of consistency, and lack of student consequences are wearing us out. This evening, I want to enlighten the board on the contributing factors to Desert Pathway's downward spiral, primarily the lack of dependable leadership. We have had a new administrator every school year from 2017 to the present. From that point forward, every administrator has come in, tweaked how we do things, and left. Has come to the point where the one thing we can depend on is who will be our VP. Our current VP is doing really well, but again, it's a temporary solution. The lack of leadership has led to much confusion at our site because we don't have clear expectations. We're exhausted of that. Currently, Desert Pathways cannot stand behind its mission statement, which is to provide excellent academic instruction, as well as therapeutic support for at-risk students with significant mental health and/or behavioral needs in a safe and secure learning environment. We're consistently receiving students with no plan. We've lost the practice of collaboration. If you ask why, it's because of time. Our schedules don't allow for it. Special education schools need to be run differently. We cannot copy and paste general ed practices into special ed. Students with extreme ADHD cannot stay in class, let alone sit in class for 50-some minutes. We the people are frustrated with the students getting away with the things because of their disability. It's like a get out of jail free card for them, and they know it. Students are assaulting staff and given very light or no consequences. Students are coming in under the influence and sharing their substance with others. Drugs with aggressive students don't mix well. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 11 says, when a crime is not punished quickly, people feel it's safe to do wrong. This is exactly what we're witnessing in our schools and classrooms. We must bring back student consequences and bring back where education is a privilege. If we truly want to make progress with our students, we need to sit down and talk. If we don't talk about it, we can't fix it. This is not only about improving Desert Pathways, but schools throughout the district. I hear the stories. In closing, a great mission statement is empty if we don't stand behind it. Let's work towards strengthening our schools before it's too late. Thank you for your time.
Mr. Ortega, 1 second, please. Mr. Nia, can we invite Mr. Ortega to our next safety meeting? I explained to you last time we're having safety meetings monthly and we're addressing like many issues. As long as I can get Mr. Milling's approval, would you be willing to attend the next?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Can we make sure he gets there? All right. Thank you. I really want to have your input, not 3 minutes. I want you to sit down and we meet with all the campus security, law enforcement, everything, and we're developing some great stuff that's coming out of that committee. So please attend. Appreciate you. Thank you. Diane. Welcome.
Well, I think I'm going to piggyback right off of what he said. Good evening, board members and superintendent. I'm here tonight because I'm concerned about the recent reports of violence occurring in our high schools. My granddaughter is a student and I'm concerned about her safety. 4 weeks ago, there was a brawl at Palmdale High School. According to the Antelope Valley Bulletin, 150 Mexican and African American students were involved. The original incident started with girls and soon turned into a complete melee. I understand that a teacher was beaten, ending in a trip to the hospital. I imagine he was trying to break it up. Another teacher received a death threat in a tweet. That student was identified and arrested. I've heard that at least 25 students are up for suspension and up to 8 for expulsion. Will these students be required to attend counseling before and continue when they return to school? Then on October 10th, I read that another Palmdale High School student was beaten till unconscious. And then Tuesday, just this last Tuesday, a Quartz Hill student was stabbed. What is going on? Was the Palmdale brawl racially motivated, gang-related, bullying, or what? Most of these students were exposed to social emotional learning. Are these situations a failure of that program? Is it because of CRT teachings, or is it a failure of discipline in elementary and junior high school? Does the high school superintendent have meetings with the feeder school superintendents where these issues are discussed? Then I asked, did the district need to open a behavior modification school similar to Oak Tree in the Palmdale School District, but apparently you have one, Desert Pathways. I suppose you have undertaken an investigation about the reasons for this brawl, and I'd like to have a copy I don't want students' names, but a summary. I'm looking for the underlying reasons and changes that the district will make to prevent this from happening in the future, working towards providing a safer environment for all students, teachers, and support staff. Thank you.
Thank you. Vivian. Welcome again.
Thank you again. Sometimes I really get floored when I hear certain things, and sometimes when I hear part of something that's being said about the school district and some of the actions that these kids are displaying, because I have worked with them for 20 years in probation, and I know most of you done did some background checking on me about some things. But like I'm gonna say, like the gentleman talked about ADHD and all these different types of things, and there's a pathway and all that stuff. Trust me when I say, like I said, there's bad apples in everything. There's bad apples in teachers, there's bad apples in parents, there's bad apples in students, there's bad apples in law enforcement, probation, any field of any career, there's bad apples in it. So we can't just blame it on one part of the program, one part of the problem, kids or anything else. Let me say that, because trust me when I say to you, there have been teachers, there have been all types of people, all types that have caused sometimes these kids to act a damn fool. And we're just gonna say it like it is. So it ain't just that, or it ain't no teaching a certain way or what like that. Sometimes parents and teachers can't talk to kids in a certain way because, you know, their upbringing or whatever they've been exposed to. But there's a lot of things that need to be done, whether it's mental health, whether it's talking and counseling and knowing how to approach a child, because sometimes it's something little, and sometimes it's the little people that you don't think that can really help out these kids that really they gravitate to have a rapport with, so they can be a little bit better, whether it's coaches and teachers and that. But we've learned since I've come up here, there's coaches and principals like we know of that I have discussed, and I will say their names maybe, and I might not in a minute. But with that being said, there are people that will jump on the bandwagon to even disgrace kids with learning disabilities, where kids aren't trying to go to class so that they won't be bullied and pushed all around by the kids seeing them going into classrooms where they know that they got to get special help. And a lot of times it's not no helpful when coaches might say something during meetings and let it be known that they're slow or they have a problem with concentrating and different things, because we know what I'm actually speaking about when we know of kids that are learning disabled or something, but you wouldn't know it until either coaches and principals will say something or put that out there when parents come to the district and ask for help. It's a damn shame. So I'm not going to say, let's make sure that we get well-rounded in what the problem is and not just blame the kids. But I actually came up here just to do a couple of things. I wanted to make sure that my friend, who I consider as a nice person, Miss Ramos Orozco, Chris McCallan, and Prisita, Marissa, and my council person, my superintendent, and especially my 3 new board people. I need to give you your props, especially my Chris guy that always helps me, and the people that since I've been coming for 4 years have always at least shown some respect to a parent and whatever. I can care less about my position as a retired person in the law enforcement, but I'll say this to you. Some of these teachers that are in here that I had to learn when we came out here in 03, and we learned it either through my kids that go to Quartz Hill because I'm zoned for that area, and we've learned the kids that even when they want to be transferred to go to Highland. When we had even Mr. Grado there and all that stuff about the school and the so-called teachers that also ask other teachers to come and coach when they shouldn't do that. We need to really look at what the problem is. And the problem is, let's really look at the real problems. It's not kids all the time. Thank you, President.
Thank you.
Lidia Quevedo. Quevedo.
And my understanding she's going to speak in Spanish with an interpreter. We'll give you 6 minutes. Thank
So
you.
actually, she told me about the incident and asked me to tell you what happened.
Well, ma'am, you have six minutes.
Okay, thank you. Gonna be great. Okay, on August 29th, her daughter, she's a student of Palmdale High School.
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am, get closer to the mic. Thank you.
Okay. She's a student of Palmdale High School in the special ed program. And in the morning, it seems that she was getting into the classroom and the teacher was getting out, and she hit her with the door over her forehead. But the teacher was leaving in a rush and no one else was there to help her or comfort her. Around noon, the daughter called her mom and asked her to pick her up because he wasn't feeling well. She had a headache, and but the mother didn't know exactly what happened. The next day, adult protection went to her home and to check what happened about this thing, if it was an abuse or something. But they find out that it was just this accident with the teacher. The nurse said that probably it was a mosquito bite, and that maybe it was that she hit home with something or in the bus. They didn't know exactly what happened. Denali is half verbal, is non-verbal, little verbal. So she told the mother that what happened. Then she talked with the principal, and because since the incident, she hasn't come back to school. They said that they have to wait until the IEP was signed by the mother in order that she could be moved to a different site. They want to move her to Pitt Knight High School because if she remains in Palmdale High School, she will be with the same teacher, and they don't want that she return with this teacher. But the main thing is that the mother is concerned about the fact that about the miscommunication with her, that no one really told her what happened. The teacher said that denied the incident. So she just would like to let you know what happened, and she thinks that that was not the right way to proceed.
Solamente quería estoy aquí por esa cuestión. Mi hija es la niña que está ahí en el aula.
Her daughter is the girl that is in the wheelchair.
Y que la cuestión de que la autoridad, la escuela, la administración ha estado atacándome, bullying y todo el tiempo acosándome, tomando la iniciativa de constantemente acosarme de algo que se provocó en la escuela y no dan ninguna respuesta. Todo está como que en cuestión de que pudo haber pasado en la casa, que si el mosquito le picó, que si se golpeó en un buró, que si así venía a la escuela, que si yo no sé ya qué pensar. Me siento bien confundida con lo que está pasando. Yo la llevé a emergencias y efectivamente mi hija sufrió un golpe. Y incluso la semana pasada la llevé a que le chequearan la retina porque creyeron que la retina se destruyó y nadie me está diciendo nada. Yo por eso estoy aquí para pedir ayuda con ustedes.
Now, the main thing is the misinformation that she feels that it's bullied by the school, and that they give different possibilities instead of believing what really happened. And that's why she feels like a little helpless, I guess. I do.
Thank you. Mr. Nahan, you're tracking on this one?
Yeah, we have contact information, and I can have district staff follow up tomorrow.
Yeah, we will look into this for sure. Absolutely. And Greg, make sure we have a Spanish speaker. So, okay, thank you. We're on 7, Kurt. 7A, Educational Services Action Item. A, review proposed revision to Board Policy Administrative Regulation BP 6146.1 and BP 6146.4, first reading discussion. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees review proposed revisions to BP 6146.1 and BP 6146.4, first reading discussion. We have any discussion?
No, the only discussion, it appears, and correct me if I'm wrong, that it's just to update, really everything's the same except the alternative pathway diploma for students with disabilities. Everything else is the same. It's just to update it. Okay.
Thank you. We'll move to B, review of curriculum guide geometry honors, first reading discussion. It is recommended the Board of Trustees receive the attached curriculum guide for review, first reading discussion. Any discussion?
Just one thing, just to note, because I did have a question about, why geometry honors? Why do we need a geometry honors when, we look at our math scores and we say, well, who can get into geometry honors? But thank you, Dr. Grado and Mr. Nian, for answering my question that, in fact, some ninth graders are coming in and they need to have geometry on a transcript. So they need this class in order to just get through the system. So that is why. And I think it's amazing if a ninth grader is coming in for geometry honors, but that was it. So thank you for helping me understand it.
Thank you. C, review addendum to credits, grades, and marking manual, first reading discussion. Is recommended the Board of Trustees review proposed revisions to the credits, grades, and marking manual version 8, first reading discussion. Any discussion? Seeing none. All right, we will move to 8. Personnel Services action items. Open, conduct, and close public hearing, AB 1200, cost disclosure on bargaining unit certification, ABTA, and unrepresented certificated management. I will open the meeting, public meeting at 8:28. All right, I'll move to comments from staff or board. Ms. Ramos.
Tonight, you're presented with the fiscal disclosures and the tentative agreements reached between the district and ABTA. The agreement tonight reflects a one-time off-schedule payment equal to 6%, a one-time stipend of $1,000, as well as an adjustment to the base salary schedule on column 6, steps 13 through 38 to reflect an increase every 3 years. And I'd like to echo Mr. Milling's comments that our team appreciates himself, Jeff Smith, and their entire team for another positive season at the table of bargaining this year.
Thank you for that report. All right. Are there any comments from the board? I'll start with you, Ms. Wynn. Okay. All right. Comments from the public. Anybody would like to speak on this issue? Seeing none. All right. I will go ahead and close the hearing at 8:29. Move to B, adoption of agreement with the Antelope Valley Teachers Association. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the proposed terms of the collective bargaining agreement reached between the district and the Antelope Valley Teachers Association. I will go ahead with honors and make this motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
All right. Any discussions? Seeing none, I will say some congratulations. Job well done both to district staff and to ABTA. I think we're moving in the right direction, harmonious relationships, and I think that's a great thing for all of us, and especially the children. All right, with a motion and a second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Seeing none, so moved. Congratulations to both district and to the union. All right. C, adoption of agreement with unrepresented certificate management. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the proposed terms of the collective bargaining agreement reached between the district and the unrepresented certificate management. I will go ahead and gladly make this motion. Can I have a second?
Second.
All right. Any discussion? All right. Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Seeing none, so moved. And it was an aye for me. Sorry. The 2024-25 certificated salary schedules. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the 2024-2025 certificated salary schedule as presented. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. I'll second it. All right. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Seeing none, so moved. AVUHSD/CSEA collective bargaining MOU regarding summer assistance program. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the agreement with CSEA as presented. I'll be proud to make this motion. Can I have a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion? All right, congratulations. The only thing I have to say, and all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Seeing none, so moved. All right, F, AVUHSD CSEA collective bargaining MOU regarding Assembly Bill 119 is recommended. It is recommended the Board of Trustees approve the agreement with CSE as presented. I'll make the motion. Can I have a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Seeing none, so moved. Okay. G, approval of provisional internship permit, PIP, moderate to severe extensive support needs. It is recommended the Board of Trustees approve and direct the Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources to submit a provisional internship permit allowing this individual to teach in a subject area indicated. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Seeing none, so moved. H, approval of short-term staff permit, STSP art. Items 8H through 8K may be approved together with consensus of the board. Is everybody okay with that, Ms. Wynn? Ms. McGrady? Okay. All right, it is recommended that Board of Trustees approve and direct this Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources to submit a short-term staffing permit, allowing this individual to teach in the subject area indicated. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Seeing none, so moved. Business services action items. A, phone system replacement for Phoenix North High School and Shore Palmdale. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the proposed form uplink communication technology and authorize the Assistant Superintendent or designee to execute the contract on behalf of the district. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed say nay. Seeing none, so moved. 10, administrative services action item, adoption resolution number 2024-25-14, week of the school administrator. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees adopt resolution 2024-25-14, week of the school administrator. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Seeing none, so moved. 11, approved consent agenda. Approved items listed in the following consent agenda categories: educational services, student services, personal services, business services, and administrative services. Actions proposed for the consent agenda are items consistent with adopted policies and approved practices of the district and are deemed routine in nature. The board will be asked to approve all the items in the consent agenda by a singular vote unless any member of the board asks that an item be removed from the consent agenda be considered and discussed separately. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the items listed in the following consent agenda categories: education service, student service, personal service, business services, administrative services as presented. May I have a motion? Oh, wait. Anybody want to pull anything? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
13E.
13E. And that's just for discussion only, right? Okay. I'll go ahead and make a motion. Can I get a second? Right, we go into discussion. We'll start with 15A first, Ms. Wynn. You're up.
I just want to make a quick comment about 15A. 15A is donations, and I want to thank everybody who makes a public donation to our school district. I want to thank them and thank them for the consideration that they give the district. Thank you.
Okay, Miss Corona, you're up. 13E, please.
Yeah, and I'm gonna piggyback off of 15A real quick for donations. I'm trying to find it, but in the donation listing, did it say that the books were specifically Spanish language, or was it just books?
I believe it just said books.
Okay.
Yeah, so thank you, Ms. White, for bringing that forward because we wouldn't have known that that was for Spanish books. So I think we as a board definitely need to.
More specific, if you could.
Well, that having specific, but also if there were 5 books in Literock in Spanish, that is not acceptable. So we need to really address that. So that's my discussion on 15A. So 13E, and you hopefully can help these questions. So Daybreak
So the scope of services are virtual. So my questions for this, and again, just discussion, is it's on Zoom. So if a student needs these services because it's student counseling, it is probably for those that have need some mental health services, behavioral health, etc. Are they going to have access to computers at school in a space that is conducive to an intake session? Because they're 50-minute sessions.
Yes, so these services are, our students are referred to our social workers if they need a higher level of care. Once our social workers work with the student and provide counseling services and they need more services than they are able to provide. Daybreak, we have used them, I believe, for the past 3 years, and they provide, I believe it's a 12-week virtual therapy sessions for students by a licensed clinical social worker as well, or a licensed marriage family therapist. And so if the student needs to access services on campus, then we work with our social workers to ensure that as the students are receiving those services and in the event a crisis occurs, that there is an adult that's there that's monitoring. The student also has the ability to access those services at home as well as with the inclusion of their family also.
Okay, so then the implementation, so we've already been using them for the 3 years, so it's a 12-week, and the implementation is it a program that is very well advertised so students know it is a possibility? Because we're paying for 1,650 sessions.
Yes, and this program has been highly used by our students.
Okay.
And it's available to any student who may need this higher level of support. And because of our social workers and their expertise and them being licensed, they are the individuals who would work with the student and the family and to connect them with these services and monitor.
Okay, great. And then these services, do they offer multilingual? Like
They
if we use
do.
a Spanish or-
What has been actually the beauty of this particular company and why we have liked it so well is because they do an amazing job with interviewing the student, connecting with the student, and also connecting the student with the therapist that the student feels comfortable with. So for an example, if a student feels more comfortable with male, female, and they connect in terms of the language as well, and also ethnicity. So it's really diving into who will you feel comfortable with as you're having these services, and they do a very good job with connecting students with licensed therapists who can address their needs from a culturally relevant perspective.
And I hope that these services that we fund and continue to fund is helping with this. It feels like a crisis of violence on our campuses, and that we have to do something about it. And if we're feeding in a lot of funds, very important funds to use, we need to make sure it's not just having it, but that we're putting the students that truly need these services together. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So, okay,
Yep.
I mean, I'm sure preaching to the choir, but I just would like my fellow board members to hear this as well. Thank you.
We're listening. We're listening. We always listen. Trust me. All right. We are going to 17.
Mr. Hughes, we need a vote on 11A.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've got a motion and a second. Good discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Seeing none, so moved. Thank you, Mr. Meehan, keeping me straight. All right. I was just listening to Carla and Miss Williams have that great conversation. Me and Miguel's kind of like, what's happening? Miguel and I should say. All right. 17. From the board, Superintendent, Mr. Meehan, you're up, sir.
Thank you. I just want to reiterate my congratulations to SOAR High School. Phenomenal job and well-deserved recognition for all of you, and to all of the administrators that are here tonight. Every group that contributes to our students' education and our students' success. It doesn't happen without all of the groups working together, but sometimes administrators aren't recognized. We see what you do every day, and you're appreciated. So thank you.
All right, we will go to Miss Wynn.
Actually, I'd like to piggyback on Mr. Nehan's comments. Thank you to all of you who come and come to our board meetings and all the work that you do in between. I want you to know we appreciate it terribly. And I'm gonna cry. Anyway, I want you to know how much I appreciate it. Thank you.
Miss McGrady.
Thank you. I would just say ditto. But thank you. We'd like to honor again SOAR, and we are very proud of them, but proud of all of you and the work that all of you do every day. And any of us that have worked on campuses know it takes everybody, that it takes all of us working hard every day to get the job done. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your work.
Mr. Sanchez.
Just can't wait for the team primetime going to be happening on Monday. 2 games. Can't wait.
Right.
I gotta split the love though. I gotta go half and then half. So I'll be in 2 games that night.
All right. Miss Cronin.
Again, really echoing what Miss Wynn and Mrs. McGrady said too. Thank you. Punto. That's what I want to say to all of you. And we had a great Arts Advisory Committee meeting a couple of weeks ago. So that was really good to see that the momentum of the Arts Committee is continuing, because the advocacy is needed always for arts education. I know we all support it. We all do, but we always can support it more. And so the voices are there, and I'm just very grateful to all that show up and come after school to meet and have a good conversation. And I'm hoping once my show is over in the next 3 weeks, I'll have my evenings free and I could go to some of these games that I want to witness and see. So thank you, everybody.
Busy lady. I just want to recognize in our audience, we have a former board member, Amanda Perel. Thank you. Thank you for your service. I know it wasn't always the greatest, but you got through it. Also, I want to recognize we have Miss Cynthia Hernandez. She is going to be sitting on our board here coming in December in District 3, correct? 3. And then we also have a couple candidates. We have Miss Giles in the back, candidate for District 2, and Rosemary Mann for candidate in District 2 as well. Thanks for coming. We appreciate you guys. I want to jump back on the bandwagon as well. We have some great administrators. We have a great cabinet. We have great principals. We have great command staff out there. I will call it command staff. And it goes all the way down to the outstanding teachers and our CSEA representative positions. I just want to say thank you. I'm going to read out, I'm kind of really excited to read out our closed session. I think we did 3 great hires. I'm pretty excited about that and announcing that here in a second. Other than that, thank you for your hard work. Greg was telling me October is a very long month, and I'm feeling tired. I'm kind of seeing people feeling tired. I can't even speak tonight, but I want to say thank you for what you guys do, and we really appreciate it. Without you guys, we cannot produce great kids. I also want to say to the people that come up here and give us their different opinions, and we may agree and we may disagree, but I want those people to keep coming, because maybe they will make us look in a different way. Maybe we're looking one way and maybe we shouldn't be looking that way. So I appreciate the people coming up and talking about safety. That's one of our big concerns. We are meeting in our safety committee. We understand there's violence out there. We understand that there's a lot of stuff going on in our district in regards to safety. We listen to the teachers. We listen to I call them free staff, Miss White, no offense, but classified and unclassified. We listen to everybody because everybody's in the district or is concerned about the safety of what's going on. And I can tell you, we are absolutely addressing it. We are having committees. I'm glad Mr. Ortega is going to come into our next meeting, because I want to hear about desert pathways from a person with 20 plus years and how he sees the issue. And if there's anybody out there that wants to come speak to us about the safety issue, I mean, if they want to get involved, I welcome it because the more voices, I think we'll come to a better plan in the end. Also, was excited about attending the opening of the composite labs, the second composite lab, and is it cyber security? Esports. I spoke with some of those the kids in there, absolutely truly amazing young men and women. I was just blown away. I had to get to a function, but I stayed a little bit longer. I should just talking to them. It was amazing. So kudos to you guys for doing that. That's it. I'll stop. Now I'm going to go into closed session and for the exciting news that I'm very, very, very excited about. All right, we'll go to 18C. During the closed session, the board considered the employee appointment title, Coordinator of College Readiness. By a vote of 5-0, the board took action to approve the appointment of Kelly Orr Dunn. Is Miss Dunn in the room? No? Okay. Okay. I would go there. As he should. I 18D. During closed session, the board considered the employee appointment titled Director 2, Career Technical Education. By a vote of 5-0, the board took action to approve the appointment of Teresa Howard to the Director 2, Career Technical Education. And I'm going to stand up and I'm going to clap on this one. And I think Miguel is going to do the same. And Carl and everyone, we campaigned on blowing up the CTE program, and I can tell you that we've been here a year, going on to 2 years soon, and we absolutely are ecstatic about this appointment and the upgrade of this position. Go grab it and go high. Do a great job. We know you're gonna, but I'm just floored because this is gonna move our agenda forward. So thank you, and I'm excited. So all right, I'll sit down. All right. All right. By a vote of 5-0, this is 18E. During closed session, the board considered the employee appointment titled Director 3, Educational Technology. By a vote of 5-0, the board took action to approve the appointment of Megan Andrews to the Director 3, Educational Technology. Is Megan in here? Is Megan here? No. Nope, she's not. All right. All right. And then we'll move to item 18F. May I have? Okay, I thought I heard something. Miguel, you said something? No. Okay, yeah. May I please have a motion to approve administrative hearing panel recommendation for student expulsion and to order the as presented the expulsion of 10 students. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Seeing none, so moved. Okay. 18G. During closed session, the board considered a final settlement agreement and general release STS 2505708H case number 20240801000. By a vote of 5-0, the board took action to approve the final settlement agreement and general release. Item 18H, during the closed session, the board considered a request to waive healthful living for an AVUHSD student, HW 2024.
President Hughes, I'm sorry to interrupt. 4G, you did not read out the vote.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I not? I'm tired. Sorry. So 18G, I'll go read whatever. I'll just go back. 18G. During a closed session, the board considered a final settlement agreement and general release STS 2505708 case number 2024-08-0100. By a vote of 5-0, the board took action to approve the final settlement agreement and general release. Sounds familiar. 18H. During the closed session, the board considered a request to waive healthful living for an AVUHSD student, HW 2024-25010. By a vote of 5-0, the board took action to approve the request. Item 18I. During closed session, the board considered claim number 2409090001. By a vote of 5-0, the board took action to reject the claim. Item 18J, during the closed session, the board considered claim number 2409240001. By a vote of 5-0, the board took action to reject the claim. Anything else? We're good? Okay. Reconvene regular meeting, report of action taken in closed session, open session to vote on the administrative hearing panel recommendation. Read from B, adjourn. That's where we're at. All right, that's the best part. Whew. I'm sorry, I've been up a long time today. It is recommended that the board adjourn the meeting. Cindy, may I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor, any discussion on this? You guys want a long discussion? Okay. Anybody want? No. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Seeing none, so moved. Great meeting, guys. Thank you. Great hires. Awesome. Good night.